Blog Talk Radio.
Check out the full episode of this on MENTELLECT Patreon. Why do they keep doing that? First and foremost, because the American English language comes from us. Okay, the American English language, unlike the English language, which didn't have that many words to it, the American English language comes from us. Merriam-Webster, he admitted, it was Webster who admitted that the English or the American English language, or what would become American English, was gathered from words of the American Indian tribes here in America, not from the English. They had bits and pieces from the English, but most of the words were gathered from the Indian tribes here. That's why it's called American English. That's why it's just not called English language. Because ask yourself a question. What, you know English language, and you know how English speak. So why would the language change to American English? Why wouldn't it just be English if they brought the language over here and it came from them? Again, Webster admitted that the English language as we know it today came from the American Indians, and we know who the American Indians are. That's us. That's us. Our words, our expressions, everybody copies from us. You see, we are the popular people. They can't say it came from the so-called because how you know it didn't come from them, because they don't have no influence on America like that. You see, they don't have no influence on words. Okay, they don't have no influence on music. This is how you know they're not the real people here in this land, the real indigenous people of this land, because the so-called American Indian, American, the people they call the Americans today, have no cultural influence on this landscape. All the cultural influence in the landscape, from the dancing to the singing to the food, how it sees and everything, comes from American Indians, us, the American indigenous people. And because they know this, you know, and even the language, because they know this is why they try to add words on to make their influence known. They know this language from English to American English has everything and everything to do with us. It has very, very little to do with there's a lot of their language back then was a lot of their English language, a lot of grunting and, you know, and that talk and whatnot. And I said this before, I'll say it again, English comes from our people. English comes from our people. They want to lie and say English comes from German. It does not. That's a lie. For the complete broadcast, you're going to have to go to MENTELLECT Patreon. Go to MENTELLECT Patreon for this complete broadcast, because it will not, I guarantee you, it will not be on YouTube. Subscribe to MENTELLECT Patreon and join the American Republic. Subscribe to the Ethnic American channel, the Wise Men's channel from Brother Enru Janier. You know, MENTELLECT Patreon, of course, subscribe to that. MENTELLECT Women's channel, so subscribe to all of that. And subscribe to High and Mighty Talks on YouTube with NUBEN MENKARAYZZ.